Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. I saw on Sky Agnes's X page yesterday that Caitlin Clark would give an injury update today. Then I looked at some of the comments and people were like, oh no, an update is never good. This can't be good. And he said, no. This is required. This is a required update, has to be done. So I hope people saw that and were able to sleep through the night because they were worried that we were going to get some bad news. Nope, required. And Caitlin Clark did come out today and do her press availability, talking about the injury, talking about what her expectations are. So I'm not going to show you all of that. I'm going to show you a little bit of it, and I'm going to give you my perspective based on what she said. And before we go over to the Indiana Fever's YouTube page, I want to invite you over to the second channel, Adrienne Ross Squared, where I square off from A to Z. Today's episode is a word of the day. I started the word of the day edition a couple days ago. I'll do that periodically. And the first one I did, the word was hate. And I got into how people have used hate, calling someone hateful so that they can control the conversation. So we got into that last time. This time we talked about truth. No, not my truth, the truth. Because there's no such thing as my truth. So go on over to Adrienne Ross Square, check it out. Check out the welcome video over there. Also see if it's your cup of tea. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but check it out and thumbs up that video and subscribe to the channel if you feel that that's for you. All right. I'll put the link to the actual channel and the link to today's episode in the description of this video. And now let's go on over to YouTube to see what Caitlin said.
Excited to get back out there eventually, but yeah.
This is the first time you've been out for an extended period, I think, in your college and pro career. Just what has that been like mentally for you?
I think it's been different. I think just having good perspective is the best way to approach it. Like, yeah, you can be frustrated and whatnot, but, I think the medical team has done a really good job of, doing my rehab every single day, staying in a routine, coming in, getting shots up. But more than anything, I think just focusing on being a really good teammate, being there for my teammates, being a voice for them, because that's what I am when I'm playing. So you got to still be that consistent voice when I'm sitting on the bench. So I try to do that as much as I can for them. And just try to be there for them, I think, has been my focus. And I think that can kind of distract you from not actually playing, is when you just focus on your teammates and, how can I serve them and help them.
I love what she said when she said it makes it easier when you take your eyes off yourself and you serve other people. That's an expression that some people are like, oh, that's cringe. Because I've heard people say that before. When you start talking about serving people, they don't get it. But that's what leadership is. Leadership is influence, and influence is revealed when people see that someone who is a leader is willing to serve. And we are seeing Caitlin do that. Like I said in another video, when I showed how Caitlin and Aaliyah were continuing their ritual, you're going to be amazing because you are amazing, and just encouraging Caitlin, encouraging Aaliyah. And I'm sure Aaliyah has encouraged Caitlin through this process of not being able to play. But when you don't allow the adversity to get you off what you do, and you continue to serve your teammates, you see Caitlin on the sidelines. She's not sulking. She's out there. She's clapping. She's cheering them on. And that's what they need to see. That is going to be extremely helpful. We don't know when Caitlin is coming back, but that's extremely helpful. And that's her focus. And that's maturity. And that's something that I absolutely love and I believe is necessary for this team. Easy to get sulky. It's easy to feel self-pity. It takes you out of that when you say, let me pour into somebody else. I know I got all outside sports with you, but remember what I always say, sports are a microcosm of society. Let's watch a little bit more.
Talked about this being a good opportunity for you to learn from the bench and learn from the coaching staff sitting by the net games. Just what have you learned from that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a unique perspective, you know, when you're out there playing and actually in the heat of the moment, you don't always realize everything. You don't always see everything. You see things from a different perspective that maybe the coaching staff didn't see. So it's certainly different. So I'm trying to, you know, kind of be that connector between the coaches and then my teammates at the same time, whether, you know, that's in the locker room at halftime, whether that's during timeouts of, you know, things I see from the bench that maybe might be a little bit different of a perspective than maybe our point guard is seeing or, you know, anybody on the floor is seeing. But yeah, I think it's taught me a lot. I've never been in that position before of like actually getting to watch from the bench for an extended period of time. So I think you can learn the game of basketball just the same amount. It's like the same as like, you know, you turn on the TV and watch the NBA or you watch other WNBA games. Like that's the best way to learn basketball is like just watch and absorb it. And it's the same when, you know, I'm not active too.
What are the next?
So Caitlin just let y'all know right there. I ain't never been on the bench. I've never warmed the bench. This is something that is absolutely new to me. And what she's saying is what Stephanie White has said. But when we first found out about her injury, and I believe I've heard Sophie Cunningham say that Caitlin is going to see things differently when she's able to actually sit back and watch. Now, the question was about what has she learned through the process. And I love how she covered both things. She's like, I'm able to share things with the coaching staff that maybe they don't see. So I'm helping them learn. Okay. And I'm also able to help the point guard on the floor to see things that maybe she didn't see. But she also said that it's just like when you watch basketball, you learn so much. But I love what she did there. Yeah, I'm learning, but they're learning from me also. And of course, that's what they said would happen.
Substitute you work your way back? Is there a certain threshold you're looking to reach, a certain time you're going to be reevaluated?
Yeah, I'll be reevaluated this weekend, so I'll miss this weekend's game. But after that, it's, you know, day by day and see how I feel and just kind of turn to the medical staff and what they think. But I feel like I've made a lot of progress and I feel good and, you know, not going to rush coming back. It's just not worth it. But yeah, after this weekend, I'll be reevaluated and we'll have a better idea of when I'll return.
We'll stop here and I'll put the link to the full, it's 5+ minutes. I'll put the link to it in the description of this video. I noticed a calm about Caitlin. She seems very, very in control, very chill, very leadership-like. She also, even though later in the interview there, she says, or the press conference, if you want to call that, she says, you know, I've never been a patient person. Well, her demeanor is one of patience. Her demeanor and the words she said. She said, hey, I'm going to be evaluated this weekend. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be back the game after next, but I'm not going to rush it. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Why? Because she's thinking long picture, long term, but more than what she said. It's one thing to say that. It'd be like, and she tells us that she's not patient, but her demeanor is one of, I've got a whole career ahead of me. I feel good. Don't forget, she said, I feel good. I'm doing the rehab every day. I'm putting up shots. So I'm staying active and I feel good. She also confirmed in the interview that it was during the New York Liberty game that she noticed a problem, but she's not pushing it. The immaturity says, put me in now. I'll worry about 5 years later in 5 years. But when she realizes what she means to this game and how hard she's worked to get here, it's just not worth it. And the fact that she exudes that kind of confidence, because there was such a confidence and just a relaxation about her in that interview, understand that people are looking to her. That's why it's important too when coaches respond a certain way, because your players will feed off of the coaches. Well, they're also going to feed off of your floor general. And right there, she's cool. I'm going all in with my teammates. I'm encouraging them. I'm pushing them, and I'm applauding them. I'm there for them. I'm serving them. And I'm also sharing things with them that's going to help the team be better, even as I am learning in the process of, for the first time, sitting back and watching. So you go ahead and watch the full press conference there, but that's the update. No, it was not bad news. In fact, My opinion, I know some people disagree, and I may be wrong, but my opinion is that she will be back sooner than some people think. But I'm with her. Don't rush. Make sure that you're healthy. So, what did you get from her demeanor and what she said? Are you thinking that I'm wishful thinking and it's going to be a long time before she comes back? All I know is she said, I feel good, and she's not going to rush it. All right. We'll see how long or short this takes. The team has Chicago on Saturday. Chicago. Remember, over on the second channel, Adrienne Ross Squared, where we square off from A to Z. I'm talking about truth, not my truth. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.